Davis. Just a note to say I hope you're having fun visiting your cousin. As you know, your sister Angela dropped in last week to spend the day with me. And as you may have guessed, she's still here. Although Angela is just as sweet as she can be, there are times when her absent-mindedness can be a bit wearing. For instance, she thinks nothing of prying into things which I consider highly personal.
Oh, the nerve.
Also, without my permission, she often wears my clothes. In conclusion, I'm afraid Angela is something of a hypochondriac. I ran into Dr. Bedford the other day, and he told me she spends more time in his office than his nurse does. Well, I'm tired now, so I'll...
One moment, please.
Finish this letter and mail it tomorrow.
Hello?
Angela?
Yes?
It's Dr. Bedford.
Oh, yes, Doctor.
You asked me to call early with the results of the tests we conducted yesterday?
Oh, yes, Dr. Bedford. I just know I have some terrible disease. Don't keep me in suspense, Doctor. What awful malady do I have?
The tests reveal there is absolutely nothing wrong with you.
But that's impossible. If you can't find a little disease for me, I'll go to another doctor.
I wish you would, Angela. You've been coming to me for 15 years with your imaginary ailments. And I'm just about fed up. You're the healthiest patient that ever walked into my office. You live to be 100. Unless you're hit by a truck. And it better be a big truck.
This is a terrible blow, Doctor.
There's only one thing wrong with you, Angela. You have an almost psychopathic desire for sympathy. You just want everybody to feel sorry for you.
That's not true. I merely want you to tell me I have a little disease. Is that too much for a sick old woman to ask?
Sick my foot. I know you'd be a whole lot happier if I told you that you only had 1 month to live. But resign yourself, Angela. You're incurably healthy. Now, goodbye.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Angela, what's wrong?
Oh, please don't ask me, Connie. I prefer to bear this myself.
Bear what?
Oh, it's nothing, really. Now, let's sit down to breakfast. My feet are killing me.
I'm not surprised. Those slippers were always tight for me, too.
What's that, Connie?
Oh, it's just a note I started last night. I'll finish it at school.
You know, Connie, it's been a lot of fun living in this house with you.
Well, thank you, Angela. I've enjoyed having you here.
Have you really?
Of course I have. When are you leaving? That is, I know you have your own place, and...
Just as I thought. You want to get rid of me. Well, I'll be gone before you know it.
Well, now, what are you talking about? I'll miss you dreadfully when you go.
I don't believe anyone will miss me. And I'll bet no one will even bother to send flowers.
Flowers? For what?
When you came in a minute ago, you heard me speaking on the phone with Dr. Bedford, Connie.
Well, I heard you saying goodbye to him, yes.
I had some tests at his office yesterday, and he just called me to break the news. Oh, Connie! Dr. Bedford told me I've only got 1 month to live!
Oh, you poor thing.
Oh, stop! There's one thing I don't want. It's sympathy. Please, sit down.
Oh, Angela, there must be something we can do.
No, nothing. I'm incurable. Dr. Bedford said so. But it's all right, I guess. I've had a full life. Full of misery.
Now, Angela, hysterics won't get us any place. Now, try to stop crying, dear. Dry your tears. You'll find one of my hankies in your pocket. I don't understand this. Dr. Bedford didn't give me the slightest hint that you were genuinely ill.
Oh, that's the way I wanted it. He knew I didn't want folks to feel sorry for me. But don't don't worry, dear. I'll go and pack my bag and spend my remaining days alone without bothering anyone.
Oh, now, Angela, you'll do nothing of the sort. You're going to stay right here with me.
If you insist. Oh, dear. I'm afraid I've got to run in one of your stockings. And it's such a pretty stocking.
Oh.
Oh, how I wish I could be around to hang it up for Christmas. If I could only live to see one more Christmas.
Oh, now, Angela, please don't go.
Oh, never again to smell Christmas trees and holly. Oh, if only I could once more see the snow.
The Duke.
It's hard to believe, Miss Brooks. To me, Angela looks like the type who'd live to be 100. Unless a truck hit her.
And a big truck at that.
I've always said that life is a game. The fickle wheel of fate spins. When our number comes up, we all have to put our chips back in the rack and face that great croupier in the sky.
Oh, please, Mr. Boynton. You sound like a press agent for a Las Vegas mortuary. We've got to be more cheerful. And what's more important, we've got to brighten things up for Angela these last few weeks.
Well, I'll do anything I can. She should have as many of her friends around her as possible at a time like this. Suppose I drop over tonight.
Oh, fine. You could give her a nice little pep talk about putting her chips back in the rack. We've got to find a more cheerful approach.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
You should have seen the pathetic look in her eyes when she spoke of Christmas. Her only wish is to see one more Christmas.
That is pathetic. Say, wait a minute. Why can't Angela see one more Christmas?
What? Well, it's months away.
We'll make Christmas for her tonight.
Tonight?
We'll get a tree and decorate it. We'll fill the place with Christmas cheer.
Say, maybe you have something there, Mr. Boynton.
Of course I have. We'll rig up some holly wreaths. We'll give her presents wrapped in Christmas paper. We'll even sing Christmas carols. Don't you see, make-believe can become reality if you try hard enough. Time is merely a state of mind. Miss Brooks, you kissed me.
It's all right, Mr. Boynton. It's Christmas. Jingle bell, give and you'll receive. What I just gave, I'm going to get back next week on New Year's Eve.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Harriet.
Oh, hello, Miss Brooks.
Hello, Harriet.
Hello, Miss Brooks. Goodbye, Harriet.
Goodbye, Daddy. Goodbye, Miss Brooks.
Goodbye, Harriet. Hello, Mr. Conklin.
Hello, Miss... Now, cut that out. What do you want?
I just dropped in to invite you over to my place tonight, sir.
Well, thanks just the same, but my team is bowling tonight and I haven't missed a tournament game in 10 years.
Oh, well, this is very important, too, Mr. Conklin. We want you to help us celebrate Christmas.
Christmas. Can't be overworked. What do you mean, celebrate Christmas? How dare you come into my office prattling such...
But I'm not finished, sir.
What'll you bet?
Well, I know you'll want to drop in, Mr. Conklin, as soon as you hear me out. You know, you may seem hard on the surface, but I know that underneath you're as soft-hearted and sentimental as anybody.
Oh, I am I?
Yes, you are. You see, this party I'm giving tonight is for Angela Devon. You know, Mrs. Davis's sister.
So what? Why should I put myself out for Angela? To me, she's nothing but a scatterbrained busybody.
Dr. Bedford has told her she only has 1 month to live.
Well, what if he did? I still don't see why that poor, dear, sweet, lovable... Oh, Gad, this is a terrible blow.
You see, Mr. Conklin, she expressed a wish to see just one more Christmas. So that's what we're going to do tonight. Pretend that it's Christmas just for her.
I shall appoint someone to replace me on the bowling team. Yes, Miss Brooks, I'll be there to give the poor dear a rousing send-off. I mean, I'll do everything I can to make her last moments cheerful.
Well, with you around, Mr. Conklin, I'm sure anyone would welcome their last... You would make anyone's last moments more cheerful. I knew I could count on you, sir. Good day, Mr. Conklin.
Merry Christmas.
All right, Miss Brooks.
Oh, Walter, you're just the person I'm looking for. I'd like you to do me a favor, if you will.
Oh, anything at all you have but to name it.
I want you to find me a Christmas tree.
Well, all right, I'll just... A Christmas tree? At this time of year?
Well, I can't explain fully right now, but I need a Christmas tree for Angela. And I know you're very fond of Angela.
Well, sure I am, but why can't I get her a Christmas tree in December?
She should live so long. I want you to bring it to my house right after school today.
Well, I suppose I could find one around Lover's Lane on Outpost Road. And they grow wild up there.
Who doesn't? But I will consider it a favor, Walter.
Yeah, it's as good as done, Miss Brooks. I'll see you later. Hello, Mr. Boynton.
Hello, Walter. Hello, Miss Brooks.
Hello, Mr. Boynton. Goodbye, Walter.
Goodbye, Miss Brooks. Goodbye, Mr. Boynton.
Goodbye, Walter. I'm glad I ran into you, Miss Brooks. I've been thinking about something, and, well, I was wondering if we could postpone Angela's Christmas party until tomorrow.
Postpone it? But why?
I just found out that the State Theater has a picture I'm very anxious to see. Tonight's the last night.
What's the name of the picture?
It's a short subject called The Florida Frog in the Everglades.
Well, that should have the joint jumping. But I don't think we should postpone Angela's party just so you can see a movie.
Oh, I suppose you're right. Gee, I did want to see it, though. It's brand new. Oh, well, maybe I'll see it on television.
A new picture? You should live so long.
Ricky's playing Cupid for Kate and Ed.
Angela's still napping. I got some pea soup started for later.
Good. I'm a bit hungry. Say, weren't you wearing a beard a while ago?
Yes, I was. I wonder what happened to it. Oh, well, if the pea soup is kind of thick, we'll part it in the middle.
I wish I'd known you were dressing as Santa Claus. I thought I'd be different tonight.
I thought you'd be different lots of nights. But 2 Santa Clauses are better than none, I always say. Correction, 3.
We should have checked as to our apparel, Miss Brooks. I had no idea you'd be wearing a copy of my ensemble.
That goes both ways, sir. The man in the pawn shop assured me that this was an original.
Tue, Boynton? Me too, Mr. Conklin. Say, that's a great outfit you got, sir. You really look like old St. Nick. Don't you think so, Miss Brooks?
Yes, he certainly is Old Nick. St. Nick. But isn't that quite a bit of padding under your belt, Mr. Conklin?
There is no padding on it. That's me, and it's all muscle. Now, where's Angela, Miss Brooks?
Oh, she'll be in as soon as she wakes up, sir. We decorated the place while she was napping. It should be a wonderful surprise for her, to see the tree and the presents and her friends standing by.
That's right, sir. It'll be just like This Is Your Life.
But not for long.
Ah, yes, her time is nigh, and I, for one, shall miss her deeply. When Angela goes, she'll take part of me with her.
Unless she changes clothes, she'll take more of me with her. But after all... Oh, that's Angela. She's up.
This is it. Let's get ready now. No nerves, no tension. Gaiety is the order of the day.
Gaiety. No nerves, no tension. Gaiety.
Happy Yuletide, Angela.
For you, tonight is Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Now come over here and sit down, dear. And dry your tears. We want to cheer you up.
Indeed we do. We want you to have fun. I'll get your presents for you.
Then it'll really seem like Christmas.
Oh, you wonderful, wonderful people, making my last wish come true. But I don't want sympathy. I want to be gay and laugh. Laugh, do you hear?
Oh, what courage. What nobility of spirit. Here, these are for you. From us, your true blue friend.
Oh, how sweet. Oh, my old hands are trembling so. Connie, please open them for me.
All right, Angela. From me, Angela.
Oh, nylon stockings. Oh, I hope they fit me.
Oh, they will. They're just my size. And here's another gift for you.
That's from me, Angela.
Oh, a gold-framed calendar. Isn't it lovely?
It's stunning, but Mr. Boynton, there's only 1 month on this calendar.
I believe in being practical. That is, it's a permanent calendar. It's good for all the months.
Oh, I understand. Thank you, Mr. Boynton.
And this one is from Mr. Conklin.
For me?
It's lucky you had your ears pierced. Oh, now please, Angela, all those tears are ruining your makeup.
Oh, dear, that will never do. If you'll excuse me, I'll go in and put on a new face. Remember, we must be courageous now. Stiff upper lips, everyone.
What a woman.
Stiffen that lip, Mr. Boynton.
Yes, if she can take it like a soldier, so must we.
Oh, excuse me. Why, Dr. Bedford, come in, won't you?
Thank you, Miss Brooks.
Dr. Bedford, this is Mr. Conklin and Mr. Boynton.
Glad to meet you, Doctor.
Good evening, but what's going on here? Why the Santa Claus outfits in the tree?
We wanted to give Angela one more Christmas.
Yes, one more joyous Yuletide before she shuffles off this mortal coil.
Shuffles off what mortal coil?
Angela briefed me on her conversation with you this morning, Dr. Bedford. And when she told me that you'd only given her 1 month to live...
1 month to live? Angela? Well, I suspected she had a neurotic desire for sympathy, but I never thought it would drive her to this extreme.
What do you mean neurotic? Why, she's a dear, sweet soul.
She's also the healthiest patient that ever walked into my office.
Well, of all the scatterbrained busybodies. And for this, I forsook my bowling team.
And I forsook a new pair of nylons.
You mean she's not going to...
I told her on the phone this morning she'll probably live to be 100.
Unless she's hit by a truck.
And it better be a big one.
We've got to do something about this mental condition of Angela's. If you'll all sit down, I've got a plan.
Holy cow, it's 10 to 7. I'm afraid you'll have to excuse me. I can just make it if I run. You understand, Miss Brooks?
Of course, it's an emergency.
Good night, folks.
Emergency? Where's he going in such a hurry, Miss Brooks?
To the movies. The prices change at 7 o'clock.
So you see, the plan I've outlined should jolt Angela into appreciating the fact she's an extremely healthy person.
But don't you think it's a little cruel, Doctor?
Cruel? After what she did to us, she deserves it.
Well, it'll be quite a shock to her.
Believe me, Miss Brooks, she can take it.
You're the doctor. Now, what is it you told us to tell her she had?
Seborrheic dermatitis.
Oh, seborrheic dermatitis, certainly.
You sound as though you know what it means, Miss Brooks.
Well, it's, how long should we tell her she's had it?
Seborrheic dermatitis is merely dry scalp. I must be running along now. There's still some really sick people in the world, you know.
I'll take care of them, Doctor.
Yes, and we'll take care of Angela. Don't worry about that.
Fine. Good night, folks.
Good night, Dr. Bedford.
Now.
Someone just go out, Connie. And where's Mr. Boynton?
Oh, he left a little while ago, Angela.
That was Dr. Bedford.
Dr. Bedford? What did he tell you?
Well, perhaps you'd better sit down.
Yes, I think you'd better get set for this, dear.
Well, what is it, Connie?
Well, Dr. Bedford just rechecked some of your x-rays, Angela, and he tells us that you have seborrheic dermatitis.
I have what?
seborrheic dermatitis.
Since when?
Who knows?
With some women, it spreads very fast.
Yes, and when you're both spreading, it's murder.
Are you sure?
May I never see treetops glisten and children listen. But as you yourself said, Angela, we must be cheerful and brave to the end.
That's the ticket. Stiff upper lip. When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, what's all this giggling about, Marblehead? And why are you two sitting around in those ridiculous suits simpering at me?
Well, we're your friends, Angela. We've come to cheer you up.
Don't you want to see one more Yuletide?
One more Yuletide by foot. If I've got seborrheic dermatitis, I'm getting out of here right now.
Where are you going?
To the hospital for a checkup?
No, to the drugstore for a bottle of hair oil.
Tonight at 6, the men of the A-Team face their biggest challenge, a military court.
And at 7, T.J. Hooker puts his life on the line to help a fellow officer.
And at 10:30, Archie learns the bare facts when Gloria is asked to pose nude on All in the Family. All this and more here on 50.